Welcome to the weekend. Colorado gets off to a snowy start.
Pretty good snowstorm so far. I'll let you know just how cold it'll be by morning.
Denver 7 investigates exposed a flaw in the way funeral homes are inspected.
We're hoping to prevent the terrible things that have happened in Colorado from ever happening again.
Now lawmakers are getting involved.
And a Colorado nurse who lost everything gets the surprise of a lifetime thanks to your help.
I can't thank you guys enough. That's amazing. That's so amazing. Thank you.
Well, this Friday drive home's a snowy one. We've already seen a couple of inches of snow around the metro.
This is a live look at the snowfall in Denver right now. And throughout the day, the National Weather Service has been slowly creeping up the expected snowfall totals. Some parts of Denver could end up with 5 inches of snow, and the roads, they are definitely slick in spots out there. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Andrew Heel.
I'm Shannon Ogden. Glad you're with us tonight, and we have team coverage for you on this Weather Action Day. Now, before we head to our chief meteorologist, Mike Nelson, let's get to our reporter, Danny New, who is new to this whole snow thing.
Yes, Danny, we're officially welcoming you to the first day of snow coverage, and you're in a Littleton neighborhood that was dealing with some power outages.
Yes, thankfully they are okay now. They're about 4,000 in this Bellevue Park area. Now they're good. There were 7,000 in the general area. They're good now too. It's now to about 150 people without power, which you still don't want, but that's a much better number. What the story's been now, A, is that I'm freezing and that I should have worn waterproof boots. Not all boots are waterproof. Learned that today. And B, is that a lot of cars are getting stuck right now. As I've learned in Colorado, it's been about a month here, pretty much I've seen the highways are usually pretty clear, then it's the smaller roads off the highway that get stuck. And this one is a hill, particularly, it's Bellevue Avenue on the corner of Inca, and I've seen so many cars get stuck, and then they do the thing where they just kind of run their wheels really fast, and that doesn't work. So then that just makes a really irritating noise, you smell burnt rubber, and then it just creates all this mayhem. So I've seen a lot of cars, but I've also seen some really nice people getting out of their cars to help push other people's cars out of the snow. So I've at least appreciated seeing the neighborly feel here in Colorado, but I would advise people to definitely drive slow, and as I drive back to anchor the 8 p.m., I'm going to drive slow because these roads are very snowy, guys.
Yes, they are, and you should get some boots maybe while you're at it. All right, Danny, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ann. That's next.
Stay warm, all right. All right, now to tell us when this snow will eventually wrap up, here is meteorologist Mike Nelson.
Danny's exploits have to put a smile on your face, though, Ann. Let me show you what's happening right now on radar. There's still a lot of snow out there. This storm is performing pretty good along the Front Range. Still some snow is continuing up in Larimer County, Weld County, moving southward, and the brunt of it is right on top of the Denver area right now. We've had some snowfall rates of as heavy as 1 inch per hour out of this system just in the last couple of hours, and I think it's really going to focus down here in Douglas County, Elbert County, and right along the Monument Hill area. We have winter weather advisories that continue from Denver southward all the way to the Raton Pass area, the New Mexico border for tonight and early tomorrow morning. On the big map, you can see that snow moving southward. It's all been brought in by a cold front that swept through here earlier this morning. The other thing that's falling besides those snowflakes are the temperatures. And now that we're into darkness, we're going to really see a lot of icy conditions expected on roads that were just wet before. So the roads, the sidewalks, the ramps, the side streets, everything's going to ice up pretty good tonight as the snow will end by midnight and the temperatures will tumble into the teens by morning. I do have a 60 in the 7-day. I'll share that with you in a few minutes.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, Mike. And we've got you covered on this snow day and any snow day for that matter on the free Denver 7 Plus app. There you can find our 24/7 weather stream. It is also up on thedenverchannel.com.
Over the past 3 years, Denver 7 Investigates has exposed funeral home operators accused of selling body parts, a coroner accused of storing bodies in his basement, and now a new law could be passed. Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kowaleski joins us tonight. And Tony, the law allows more power for inspectors.
Yeah, good evening, Shannon. Consider this. Under current state law, state inspectors have greater access to nail salons than they do to funeral homes. A report sparked lawmakers to say we need to take a closer look.
We have 4 bodies.
We're hoping to prevent the terrible things that have happened in Colorado from ever happening again.
Prior to a 9-1 vote in favor of moving the law forward, lawmakers reviewed these Denver 7 investigations.
I'm being dismembered
with a power saw.
Testimonials from families in Montrose and unthinkable pictures from Lake County.
You could hear gas. People were looking away at points. People were very emotional. But as the video ended, I think I said the words, the video pretty much speaks for itself. I don't know if there's more that I need to say.
The proposed law will fix a loophole in current state regulations that allow funeral homes to refuse inspections.
I think we're trying to bring funeral homes in line with the way other businesses are inspected. And we heard in your reporting that funeral homes were denying inspectors entry into their facilities, even after serious complaints were coming through.
And that's the heart of this problem. Representative Roberts says his bill now goes to the full House for a debate next week. He says he has bipartisan support and expects approval in both the House and the Senate, and says it should be on the governor's desk very soon. Ann?
Tony, thank you. Leticia Stouk, the woman accused of murdering her stepson, Gannon, entered an insanity plea today. 11-year-old Gannon Stouk disappeared from his El Paso County home just over 2 years ago, and his body was found 2 months later in Florida. Today, Leticia's defense also filed a motion to waive a jury trial due to the popularity of the case, and that trial is currently set for late March. 28 people are now out of their homes in Lakewood after a senior living center caught fire. This is at the Brookdale Meridian facility near Wadsworth and Jewel. One person had to be taken to the hospital. That person thankfully is expected to be okay. The cause of the fire has not been made clear yet.
Today is the last day you will be required to wear a mask indoors in Jefferson and Larimer counties. Both county mask orders are expiring at midnight. State health officials and the CDC still recommending, though, everyone wear a mask when indoors, regardless of vaccination status.
After the snow clears out this weekend, Boulder County will begin spraying mulch on the properties destroyed by the Marshall Fire, and this should prevent potential toxins in the ash and debris from being picked up by the wind. The county also hopes to wrap up curbside collection of damaged items by the end of next week. After that, debris removal from the more than 1,000 homes that were destroyed can begin. One nurse in Louisville lost her home after an especially tough 2 years of the pandemic.
Denver 7's Colette Bordelon has more on how your donations are now making a difference in her life.
It's funny because I can still picture the community the way it was, even though it's not here anymore.
An address, all but gone.
But I can also still decorate my house. I've made my address out of tiles.
Almost 2 decades of life in what remains.
This was my fruit basket, my dog bowl. Just random stuff. I don't want to say it gets easier to look at because it doesn't.
The past and present colliding.
I can't believe it's February. Like, where did the last month go?
For Kim Christensen,
The pandemic is still here, along with the fire.
who works just up the hill, spending 18 years there as a nurse.
It's like my home. It was my home before this was my home.
Her hospital spared in the Marshall Fire, but not from the realities of the pandemic.
You don't want to wish anybody to see that.
But her neighborhood, something you have to see, and another tragedy where the same comforting words come into play.
We're all in this together, you know, and we've heard that through the pandemic, but this feels a little bit closer knit.
With either the virus or the fire, an end sometimes seems out of reach.
Biggest fears going forward is the cost on how much it will be to rebuild.
Like so many, Christensen says her family is underinsured.
We are going to pay your mortgage for the end of the year, so for the next 10 months.
What?
Thanks to the donations.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
In our Denver 7 Gives Wildfire Fund.
That is so amazing. That'll help. Hopefully help us rebuild.
For a nurse who's been able to find the good in the toughest of times.
I'm telling you, every day there's more blessings.
Colette Bordelon.
This is a huge one. Thank you.
Denver 7.
Want to own a piece of a world-class hotel in Colorado?
It just got slightly less expensive.
Speaking of money to spare, how about betting on the Super Bowl?
Will any non-quarterback throw a touchdown pass? We have a jersey number of the first touchdown scorer. And then we have some of these different props that, that we keep on adding to the menu.